What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we finally have some news coming out today that I want to bring to your attention. This is something that I've been waiting on for a couple of months. And now that we're getting these reports, this could potentially blow up the infrastructure talks, but I do want to bring this to your attention because this is extremely important as we move forward. Today, we're going to talk about stimulus checks and how many states are considering sending out more checks to certain government employees. I actually addressed this earlier on today, but I want to retouch on this for a couple reasons. We also know that the Senate is now working on different things, and this could lead to an agreement very soon regarding infrastructure, but there's also that talk where we might see this blow up. So I want to bring that to you. We also have a handful of groups that do not support a $1.2 trillion infrastructure package for repurposing funding. And we have some stuff going on with the child tax credit payment. So that's what we're going to discuss in today's video. If you have any questions on any of it, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Also, if you have questions on different topics, please let me know what those are in the comment section below as well, and I will get to those as quickly as I can. Now, the other day, I warned you, there was a prank going around on Facebook where people said that, yes, this just passed a $2,500 stimulus check, and they would be coming out on July 30th. Now, that was a false or a prank. That was not true. There are no $2,500 stimulus checks going out. I got a lot of comments earlier on today saying, hey, what about that $2,500 stimulus check? That's not true. Okay, it wasn't really a scam, it was just a prank. Don't worry about it, it's not coming out, this was not passed. Honestly, there's not even a proposal that is currently in Congress for an additional stimulus check. There are plans, there was a proposal. The biggest one that everyone keeps talking about is that ABC Act. This was actually brought forward by progressives, primarily, I think it was Ilhan Omar out of Minnesota or something. Then we got Pramila Jayapal here in Washington State. I think they were the two that kind of brought this forward, but that's really it. Now this is the one that, and again, some people say that this could happen. There's a lot of talks on this, but most people say that no, this is just, it's too expensive and it wouldn't work. The ABC Act, if you remember, is that one for $2,000 per month stimulus check payments. This would go on for the entirety of the pandemic, and then it would go for 1 year after. However, instead of $2,000 per month, it would drop to $1,000 per month for 1 full year. And it would be funded by the Treasury selling 2 $1 trillion coins. That was how they were going to fund it. Well, I don't think that's going to happen right now. With that said, earlier on today, I mentioned how there were a couple states, Florida and Georgia, that were actually going to be sending out a $1,000 stimulus check to all educators and staff. What we know at this time, and again, I wanted to readdress this because I left out a piece of information that I think is very important. I said multiple states in the previous video. I simply said that multiple states are considering this exact same thing. However, I never told you what states those were. So for that, I am sorry. The states that are considering doing this at this time are California, Colorado, Texas, and Tennessee. So we have a total of 6 states that are either going to or are considering sending $1,000 thank you stimulus checks to educators and staff. Now, just to be 100% clear, these payments, these could expand. They could. We could potentially see other stores, other retailers and businesses send out something very similar to this. We could also see the states, the cities, the counties send out more payments to other workers, county workers, more federal employees. We could see this. So just be aware that yes, there's a chance that we see more of those thank you payments or other stimulus checks going out to the American people. And as we start to hear reports on that, I will bring that to your attention. I want to try to be 100% clear and state these are for educators, federal employees. If you work for a private school, that would not be you, okay? These are public schools. So I just want you to be very clear on this. Right? Because yes, some are being tricked into thinking they're getting $1,000 stimulus check when that's not true. A lot of people were thinking they're getting a $2,500 stimulus check in 1 week. That is not true, and I'm sorry. I know you guys deserve it and you guys need it, but honestly, that's not going to happen at this time. Now, in major news out today, a handful of long-term care groups are now extremely worried that tapping into the previous stimulus funding is not the right way to fund the infrastructure bill, and they say this is a bad idea. They say that the pandemic is not over, COVID is coming back, and they warn Congress that reallocating these funds at this time, or reallocating this stimulus money, will only set aside or set up the economy for more struggles in the near future. They say that care providers needed this money in order to continue to pay for their workers and care for the elderly. However, if they don't have this money to tap into, then they could be hurting very soon. And I want you to remember something. Back when the pandemic started, where were we targeted? Where were the most deaths happening? Retirement homes and elderly communities. That's what we saw. And so some experts are worried that if we don't have money for these long-term care facilities and retirement homes, if they can't tap into some stimulus funding, if we see another lockdown, we could be in a world of hurt. So they say this money is essential if COVID does come back in full. Now, as I know more there, I promise I'll fill you in on that update as well. As the COVID cases increase though, health experts are telling us we need to be ready for that fourth wave. Economists question if these funds from the infrastructure package that are going to be repurposed, could they be better spent on recovery as opposed to tying up roughly $600 billion, and this money might not be spent for 5 to 10 years. So they're saying, is there a better way to use this money? Some say yes, there is a better way. And while we're on the topic of the infrastructure bill, today a group of Democrats are actually considering scrapping plans to spend about $20 billion to create an infrastructure bank. Yes, to create a bank. The purpose of this bank would be to attract investments through private and public partnerships. Now, however, Republicans are coming forward today saying that no, they oppose this and so they want this pulled. This is where some Democrats are saying, well, we keep going back and forth with Republicans. It's about time we simply stop their delays and just move forward with our budget reconciliation bill, which is all possible. And according to multiple reports, many people are opposing the child tax credit payments for a few reasons. Many lawmakers say that they right now are wanting answers from the IRS as to why they are making it so difficult for some individuals to collect these child tax credit payments. They are saying that the portal is too difficult to navigate and that the lowest income earners are not even taking advantage of this benefit. I mentioned this earlier. People are not being educated as to what is out there for them. That is one of the main reasons why a lot of the money is not going out. But while we await the answers from the IRS, what we are hearing is that multiple lawmakers oppose the extension of this payment past 2021. They say this was supposed to be a part-time relief package to help out those parents and children who took off a lot of the year in order to keep their children home, safe, and help them with their online schooling. Well, even Senator Marco Rubio from Florida, he says that he supports the benefit to working parents. However, he is opposed to sending this benefit to parents who are not earners. If you are a non-earner, you should not be included into this package and into this benefit. Right now, everybody who has children would receive the child tax credit payments, but some moderates and most Republicans say they want this changed to only allow working parents to receive this money. So, if this is going to be extended past 2021, potentially into 2025, it would need to be kind of modified. We would need to see it go to most working parents as opposed to non-earners. At least that's the report out this afternoon. So what I can tell you right now is there's still a long road ahead. Some are saying that the child tax credit payments could potentially be cut instead of 4 years, possibly down to 2 because of the moderate Democrats in the Senate right now. We also know stimulus checks are still being discussed. These are things, even though we're talking about them right now, okay, just be 100% clear. Even though we're discussing these things right now in July, this might not even happen until September, if it happens at all. Okay. Now, I personally believe that with the COVID cases ramping up, unemployment where it's at, the eviction crisis, the unemployment issues once we reach September 6th, I think once all this kind of culminates in the end, what we're going to see is, yes, lawmakers are going to say, you know what? we need to include that stimulus check because right now people are hurting. So as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share more. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday and have an incredible weekend as well. I will be on here early tomorrow morning as well to give you an update as to what we're hearing over the weekend. So again, thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.